Alrighty guys, what is going on? It's Joseph here back for another LEGO Star Wars video here today. Today we're going to be talking about some of the best LEGO Star Wars sets to start your own collection in 2021. There's a lot of good ones, I'm not going to lie, especially ones that are currently available on shelves. You can get a lot of good sets that you can pretty much go find at your local Walmart or something like that. Some of them on lego.com and online really, but I'm also going to talk about some sets that are retired that would be nice to have in your own collection, and let's get right into it, shall we? So the first set on today's video, guys, is going to be the 501st Battle Pack. This set's just awesome. It's really like the culmination of the best of LEGO Star Wars, and it has some historical relevance too to the LEGO community. For those of you that do not know, Imperial Productions and a bunch of people really campaigned for this set and really wanted it to be made, and LEGO heard the demands and ended up making this set, which is a first for LEGO. I don't think that's ever happened, like ever with anything, where people demand for a set. People demanded for a set, and it actually became a real thing, and that's awesome. So that's pretty neat. But not only that, it's just a great set. I mean, if you don't like the Clone Wars, it comes with 6 great minifigures, 4 clones, 2 droids, a couple of great builds, and it's $30, and obviously you can get it now, and it's not in like super high demand now, and it's a few months old, so you can probably find it at your local Walmart or Target. I found a few at my Target a few days ago, and it's just a great set. It really is. It's $30, not too expensive, not too cheap, and it's really just a great set to start with, and it's a must-have too, in my opinion. I have a couple myself, and it's just a great, fantastic set. I would definitely recommend to get this if you want to start your LEGO Star Wars collection. Now, another great set, in my opinion, is going to be the Razor Crest. This is just an awesome, fantastic set itself. I feel like a lot of people who are getting into Star Wars these days, and maybe even LEGO Star Wars to a degree, are coming from the Mandalorian. They watched that show, they learned about that, and that's kind of their introduction to Star Wars. Maybe some people got into Star Wars from the sequels, I imagine, but not as much because those weren't as popular, I guess you could say, or as well received. But a lot of people started watching The Mandalorian. They love it. They think it's cool, and that might have gotten them into Star Wars. And, even if you're not really a big fan of Legos, another nice model and display set to have, I feel like, to start your collection, is going to be the Razor Crest. It's really awesome, really great build, really great job by Lego. It's a little bit more of a challenge. It's obviously over 1,000 pieces and a little bit more expensive. But in my opinion, it's worth the challenge, worth the price. And one of my friends actually doesn't own any other Lego sets, but he likes Star Wars a lot, and he thinks Legos are cool, right? But he's not really a Lego guy, and he has this set just as a display model. It's not even just about starting his own, Lego collection. He just has it because it's such a nice display model. Looks great on shelves, looks great in your room, and I think this, one might be one of the better, larger scale Lego Star Wars sets if you want to start your collection this year. Moving into the third set, or another set you could use to start your collection, that's going to be the $30 Encounter on Tatooine set. This set's also based off of the Mandalorian. Now, it's based off the Mandalorian Season 2. Now, this set, I'm not going to lie, isn't particularly, exciting or anything like that, but if it does have one thing, it has the child, which is great. Everyone loves a child, and it has Mando in Beskar armor. It currently is the only set available with Mando in his fully Beskar armor, and it's a great set. The Tusken Raider and Tatooine stuff that's thrown in there is kind of neat, but it's not too big. It's also $30, not too expensive or anything like that, but the fact that it has the Mando, in his Beskar armor is fantastic. It's a great set to have, and because of that, I think it'll be a nice set to start your collection off with. Another great set, in my opinion, would be the new Mandalorian Child set. Now, this set's also another Mandalorian set, like I said, and it's the Child. I mean, it's not like the best looking model necessarily. I think like the ships and vehicles look the best, but still, it's a fantastic model. LEGO really killed it with this one, and obviously a lot of people love the Child, and a lot of people who probably don't really care too much about Star Wars necessarily, the Mandalorian or Legos at all, probably have this set just as a display model. It's kind of like the Razor Crest, where even if you're not really much of a LEGO fan, it's just a nice set to have in your display, for a room or a media room or something like that, and it's really a fantastic set. Plus, you get a little cute, little baby child there, and it's fantastic. I love it myself. Really great set, and it'd be a great set to start off your collection if you wanted to get something going. Now, though those sets there were a little bit more cheaper, a little bit more affordable, I feel like, to start your collection, something, nice larger sets like the Child and the Razor Crest, and some smaller ones like the 501st Battle Pack and the Tatooine Encounter. There are some big fish, some big dogs out there that if you really want to kind of jump in and get your feet wet in the LEGO community and try out some stuff, it's going to be some UCS sets. And the first one's going to be the Imperial Star Destroyer. That's a UCS set that's currently available. It's going to be harder to find, and it's $700. But if you're willing to pay the cash and get this set, it's a great set to start your collection with. At least your UCS collection with, for sure. It's my first UCS set, and I love it. I think it's fantastic. It's over 4,000 pieces. It is a challenge to build. I will say that. If this is your first LEGO set, I wouldn't really recommend this, but if it's your first UCS set, it's great. It is a challenge, but it's fun, and it definitely is a very imposing and awesome model. I'm sure a lot of people have built LEGO sets before, but something like this is a little bit more of a challenge, but it's really awesome. It's just big too. It's got I think 3,000 less pieces than the UCS Millennium Falcon, which is the biggest LEGO Star Wars set out there. But it's just big. Like the pieces in plastic they use are very large pieces, so it's a really big, imposing model. You're gonna have space for it. But to start your LEGO collection with something like this, I mean, you'd have to really go in for the challenge. But once you build it and finish it, it looks amazing. So this is a really great set in my opinion, guys. Now, another fantastic set that's a good UCS set to start your collection with, or at least start your UCS collection, is going to be the Millennium Falcon. it really is the definitive Lego Star Wars set. It's $800, so it's very expensive, and it's at 7,500 pieces, and I do not own this one. This is the first one so far that I do not own, so I don't have any personal experience with it, but I have to admit, the Star Destroyer was a challenge to build. It was 4,700 pieces. This thing, 7,500 pieces. It's a great set, don't get me wrong. One of my friends has it. I have seen it in person. It's very big, very awesome. But I can't imagine building this thing. It's got to be a very large set. It's going to be very hard to build, I imagine. But to start your UCS collection, or if you just want to have a great display model, this is really a big challenge, but it's definitely worth it. I mean, I'd say it's worth it. It's only $100 more than the Star Destroyer, so that's that, and it's like 3,000 more pieces. It's not necessarily like as big, though, I guess, in terms of the actual scale and the size of the plastic pieces they use, but it's a fantastic set as well. If you really want to make that jump and try this for your first set or something like that to start off your collection, that's that. But like I said, these two UCS sets are kind of stretches, kind of just for maybe starting your own UCS collection or series. And if that's what you want to do, just UCS, then these are great sets. And they're also both currently available. They are expensive, but right now they're both available, and they're probably going to go down as all-time legendary Star Wars sets. So these are great in my opinion, especially this one. Now, though those were some current sets that you can currently buy, they are great, I have to admit. My favorites are probably the 501st Battle Pack and the UCS Star Destroyer, along with the Razor Crest. If you want to get some retired sets, let's say you're willing to spend the extra cash to get some of the older LEGO Star Wars sets to start your collection, or at least add to your collection, maybe even. There are some good ones I like personally. I'm going to start out with the 2007 Original Clone Battle Pack. It was the first LEGO Star Wars Battle Pack, I guess, along with the droid version, but this one's a little bit more interesting. The droid version just has droids, and those minifigures aren't necessarily special, even though that Battle Pack is pretty cool, I will admit. This set obviously had the original Clone Troopers that from, that Episode 3 line, and it's really just a fantastic set. It's an original Battle Pack. It's really awesome. Obviously, it's set in motion a lot of great LEGO Battle Pack scents, and, it's going to be cost you at least probably around $100 to $120 to get this thing now, so, you're going to have to spend extra money compared to it's like $10 to $15 price tag back in the day, but it's cheaper than the Razor Crest, I guess, and some of these UCS sets, and it's a fantastic set. It is quite small, but if you want to start a retired set collection or something like that, which I guess eventually these new sets will be added onto that list, it's a great set to get. It's very legendary and iconic in the LEGO community. Now, another great retired set to get is going to be the 2013 ATTE, and really I feel like you can get any ATTE, but this one's just the best, and it's the most recent, and the truth is LEGO might make a new one soon, so if you want to go after this one, it'd be nice, but, LEGO might make a new one, and it's pretty expensive, so that's that too. But the newest ATTE is fantastic. It really is a great set. I owned a couple of them back in the day. Unfortunately, both of mine are broken, and that really makes me sad because they're awesome, come with some great minifigures, and really the big part about it is just the build. The build's fantastic. It really looks good. So for starting your LEGO collection, you're going to have to pay a lot of money for this one, but if you want to do it and maybe start at least your retired set collection or older LEGO Star Wars set collection, this is a great set to have as a collector, and it looks fantastic. I will say that. Now, the final LEGO Star Wars set to start your collection is another retired set, and that's going to be the Vanitar. It's currently the only Vanitar available, and it's not perfect. It is a little bit wonky in its design. It's kind of fat, kind of thick, not really so streamlined. It's kind of weird looking, but it's the only Vanitar that is available. And for those of you that don't know, the Vanitar is a very popular ship in LEGO Star Wars. It's in high demand. It's very expensive, I will say that, but it's still a nice model. It gets the point across that it's a Vanitar, and it's really cool looking. It's not UCS, unfortunately, and maybe LEGO will make another one of these in the future, UCS or not. But, right now we don't have any news or rumors of that, so this is pretty much it right now, and it's a great set. One of my friends has one of these. I wish I had one. It's so cool. I love it, and, it's a great set. It is expensive, though, so, I'm sure people who start their collections will probably want to get cheaper sets that are currently available, but this is a great set to have just in your collection anyway, so that's what I'd say about that. Anyways, though, guys, that's pretty much going to do it for today's video. Just want to talk about some of these sets you can get that are currently available and some that are retired that would be nice to start your collection off, at least in some way. These are all great sets, in my opinion. I would love to have all of these. I have most of them, but I don't have the older ones, and one of my older ones is broken, too. I got to work on some things, but, if you want to start your collection, guys, these are going to be the best sets, in my opinion. There's a lot more out there, really, that, this is really only scraping the surface, but this is just what I thought of when I first thought of great sets to start your collection off with, and I feel like a lot of people can agree with me. These are some good sets, especially the ones that are currently on shelves. Those are fantastic. But as always, guys, if you want to see more, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.